beautiful souls, happy Halloween. I hope you like this beautiful dress up. I mean, we have everything. We have ghost, we have cute cat pillows, we've got all the Halloween stuff going on. So I want to get you in the Halloween spirit. We're going to be doing a very fun Halloween themed flow. So get on your mat and let's get spooky. Let's get started in child's pose. Let's just ground ourselves because, you know, Halloween's very exciting. Bring your big toes together. Your legs are as wide as is comfortable for you. And we will fall down to the mat, arms in front of you, forehead to the mat. And just take this moment to ground and connect. This is a time when the veil between the two worlds is very thin, and that's very exciting. So you might be feeling pretty magical right now. This is a time to honor our ancestors. It's a time to go within and connect. And of course, in our more modern history, to dress up, get some pumpkins and celebrate. And it's one of my favorite times of the year. And let's lift up out of child's pose. We will do some cat and cow. I like this because it does look like one of those cats that you see, one of these here. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, look up, cow pose. And then round the spine, chin to chest, cat. We'll do that a few more times, moving through the spine, opening up the chest, opening up the heart, and then round the spine, chin to chest, belly pulls in. Inhale, look up. Exhale, cat's pose. We'll do one more. And release, neutral spine. We'll go into thread the needle, or what I would call thread the spider web. Bring your left hand a little bit closer in towards you. Your right arm will reach up to the sky, and then thread it underneath so your right ear and head and right head is on the mat, your head's on the mat, and your left arm is reaching up overhead. So you feel a big, deep stretch in your shoulders. If this is too much, you can bring the left hand a bit closer in towards you. And slowly release. Second side, right hand comes in towards you, left arm reaches up to the sky, and exhale, thread it underneath. Your left ear is on the mat, option to reach your right hand overhead. And slowly release, come back to center, and we will move into our first downward facing wolf. So spread your fingers apart and then push back. See if your heels can touch the mat. If not, that's fine. You can keep a bend in your knees. Keep your shoulders away from your ears, and you can even start to walk the wolf out. Bend one knee and then the other. Just feeling grateful to have this alive human body. And we'll bring our right foot to the top of the mat for a high lunge. So engage your core and lift both arms up straight to the sky. Core engaged, you're doing amazing. This is going to be quite a dynamic practice. So really feeling the energy of Halloween, the excitement. You have an option to stay here, or you can come into a warrior 3. So push into your right heel. Begin to lift the left knee up. You can stay here, And we'll go into that warrior 3. Push that leg behind you, lean forward, your core's engaged. Lifting that left leg up, your arms can reach up, or you can keep your hands on your hips. Making sure you're not opening up the hip, you're keeping your hips facing the mat. And release, keep a bend in your knees. We'll move into chair pose now, big toes together. And sink low, both arms can reach up to the sky, core engaged. And if you want to do what I call the flying witch variation, begin to lift up onto your toes and bring both arms behind you as if you were flying on a broomstick, looking down at the world. Oh, that would be fun, wouldn't it? And release. Lift both arms up, prayer position to the heart. Take a moment, take a breath in and exhale. And we will move into our first flow. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, release. Slowly fold down. Inhale, halfway lift, spine straight. Exhale, plank pose, core engaged. On your knees, or you can do it straight into a plank, shift forward and come down for chaturanga. And inhale, cobra pose, lift up, shoulders hugging back. We do like snakes on Halloween. And release, push back up into another downward facing wolf. And take a moment here to connect to your body before we move to the second side. Left leg steps to the top of the mat. Core engaged, lift up for a high lunge. Both arms reaching up, fingers spreading wide. Core engaged, feeling powerful and strong. And we're about to take it on a ride. We're about to fly on our broomsticks. So begin to lift the right leg up. Push into the left heel. Option to stay here, or let's warrior 3. Bring the right leg behind you, straight, lean forward. Arms reaching up, core engaged. You can keep a bend in that front knee as well. And enjoy the ride, enjoy the shake. And release, chair pose. Sink low. I know your legs are probably screaming, but hey, it's Halloween. What's Halloween without a bit of a scream? And we'll do a flying witch. Arms come behind you. Lift up on your toes, shoulders back. Imagine you're flying on a broomstick. You could even rock side to side, test your balance out. What can you see? Ooh, maybe a graveyard. And release, bring your arms back up, prayer position, hands to heart. Take a moment, come out and move your legs a little bit. I'm gonna step out into a goddess pose, or what I call a witch pose, because that is what a goddess is. A powerful feminine energy is a witch. So sink low into your hips. And you can either keep your hands on your hips or up to the ceiling. You don't want your knees caving in. You really want to push them out. It's like a sumo squat. So bring both arms up for a witch pose. You want to move your fingers, do some witchy power. Imagine all the magic is here within you in this pose. Amazing. And you're actually going to stay with your legs like this, but release your arms. And we'll move into spider pose. I haven't done this on my channel, but it's exciting because that's what Halloween's about. So in this position, if you can, bring your fingertips to the mat in front of you. So you're still sinking low into your legs, into your hips. You can stay like this, or there is another way to do spider pose, which is to lift up, just like we did in chair pose, onto our tippy toes, then cross your right arm over to the left, your left arm over to the right. On your fingertips, sink low, Spine straight, core engaged. See if you can sink lower into your hips. This is a very challenging pose. You're doing amazing. This is spider pose, threading our web. And even when a spider's web gets destroyed, it finds the power to rebuild and rebuild. That is something we can learn from spiders. And release. Let's move into Skandasana. Your legs are a little bit further apart. Bend into your left leg. Bring your arms over to the left and then crawl your fingertips over to the right. You could lift the feet off the mat as well to feel a bit of a deeper stretch and crawl your fingertips over to the left. This is great for stretching out the hips, but I also like this motion. It looks like a spider. Ooh. So take it at your own pace. This is your flow as well. See what feels good to you. And we will bring our feet in closer towards us with our feet still at an angle because we're going to shift into yogi squat. If this is really hard, stay upon your tippy toes, or if you can, sink low, bring your hands into prayer position and use your elbows to push your knees apart. And you don't have to stay completely still. You can move from side to side, feeling the power within you, the power and strength. Celebrating your body this beautiful day. And release. Butterfly stretch. Bring the soles of your feet together. Legs are apart. You could stay up with your spine straight or just begin to fold over. This is just a small release before we move into more of a challenging pose. And it's the one I'm still practicing as well. So I will show you the modification, but if you can do it, bring your legs together, then please do. And what we are going to be doing is crow pose, because Halloween is obviously a time which we think about, death and graveyards, and crows that are always hanging around a graveyard. I can see graveyard literally outside this window, so feeling very connected. Crow pose, like I said, is a hard pose, so I will be doing the modification. Before we begin, let's just do a quick plank pose just to strengthen our arms, because we've strengthened our hips. So come into a plank pose, engage your core, lift up. If you want to do this on your forearms, you can. And wherever you are, even on your knees, begin to just do some shoulder taps. Bring your right hand to the left shoulder and back down, and switch sides. Left hand to the right shoulder. Just do one more. Amazing stuff. And bring your knees down. That might have warmed our shoulders up a little bit, so let's move into crow pose. You want to bring your hands to the mat and begin to just lift up onto your feet. And what you're trying to do is bring your knees on your triceps. So walk your feet in towards your wrists and then begin to bend into your knees, into your legs, and bring your hands a little bit further forward and see if you can bring your knees towards the back of the triceps. Come up onto your tippy toes, that will help. And then start to lean forward, core engaged. Now, if you're already feeling, gosh, I'm terrified, what if I fall over? I will show you the modification, but if you can, the aim is to sort of lean forward and then begin to lift one leg up and the other, and then eventually you'll be able to lift both legs up. But for me, I'm not quite there yet, and that's okay. So this is the modification. You're still in that same position, but instead of trying to bring your legs to your triceps, they can be on the outside. So like how we did in that yogi squat. And from there, same thing, you're gonna lean forward and allow your leg, your knee to rest on the side of the arm. So you'll end up leaning forward, pushing your knees in towards your arms, core engaged, shift forward, and then lift up. And this is a lot easier, still a bit challenging, so let's have some fun in crow pose. Imagine you're in that graveyard, I don't know, something spooky. And release, we'll do it one more time. If you're doing full crow, I salute you, that's amazing. One more time. Let's build that strength. Let's allow ourselves to fly. And release. Oh, amazing stuff. Let's do a quick child's pose, big toes together, hips apart. Come down to the mat, take a little bit of a breather. You should be so proud of yourself. And when we do these difficult poses, they teach us how strong we really are. To not be afraid of failing, to try again, and get stronger each time. Slowly lift up, and we'll go into our final downward facing dog. Push into your hands, heels towards the mat, and take this moment to just settle in before we move into like one, I promise, final flow. So bend your knees, start to move forward a bit because we're going to do a dynamic jump. So if you can, jump to the top of your mat, and from here we're going straight into boat hold. You will lean back, core engaged, chest proud, shoulders back, legs off the mat, and if you want, even the arms can be off the mat as well, facing up to receive. If you want, your feet can be on the mat and you can lean back. See what works for you. Feel the fire inside of you, that beautiful energy. And release, just roll back onto your mat and move your legs side to side. Beautiful. We'll do a quick twist. Bring your left leg straight on the mat. Bring your right knee in towards your chest, and then bring your right leg over towards the left, doing a little bit of a side body stretch, supine twist. If you feel comfortable, you can look over to the right as well, over your right shoulder. Other side, left knee in towards your chest, right leg is straight, and bring the left leg over towards the right. You can look over your left shoulder if that feels comfortable to you. And release. And we'll come into corpse pose. How thematic, how very Halloween. So lie down on your mat. Your legs can be as far as you want, as wide, and your arms are on the mat, palms facing up. Just take up your space here on planet Earth. Allow all the tension in your body to release. Give yourself permission to let go. And enjoy a few minutes of silence. Begin to deepen your breath. Move your fingers, your toes, bring some life back into your body. You can move your head side to side, even take a big stretch. And slowly we will move onto one side, whichever one feels the best for you. Take a moment here to thank yourself, thank your body. And push into your hand and come up to take a seat on the mat. And bring your arms out straight. Let's gather this energy that we have cultivated here on the mat. Bring both arms up slowly, imagining there's like maybe an orange orb. Your hands come together, sealing this energy in. Bring your hands in front of your heart. And we'll bow forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me on this Halloween yoga. I love this time of the year, as you can tell, and I hope you have a wonderful celebration as well. Remember to honor your ancestors, honor the seasons, and don't forget to have fun as well. Thank you so much, and please do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so other people can discover it as well. I have so many yoga videos, emotional freedom technique tapping videos on my channel, as well as personal development and mindset. So there is something to help you on your spiritual journey. Thank you so much. I'll practice again with you soon. This is Halloween, this is Halloween, this is Halloween.